All right. I actually have to do this really, really quick because I I kind of snuck away into a meeting room at my work to do this, but I figured we should talk about this real quick. So I know there's going to be a lot of people who are very uh, finding this very questionable, right? Even like right here, question marks. Um, Something I think I really want to point out is it's not like a super known or like hidden secret, rather, that FlyQuest never really wanted Jensen in the first place. They were like, he was like their eighth or ninth pick down the line, and it's just what ended up happening just due to the way the offseason played out, right? Um, Jensen, for me, from the very beginning, was always a sort of band aid cover up player until they could get a mid laner in that they actually wanted. So I'm not really surprised to see that this move is happening in that sense, right? The question then becomes though, is Quad that replacement that actually ends up working out? And don't get me wrong, Quad was one of the best players in the NACL this past split. He was what I think the number one in the world, by the way, not even just in the league, in the world in terms of like CS per minute or like CS differential, one of the two. He's clearly a dominant mid laner, at least for that tier or for that league, right? So does this fix FlyQuest? And did FlyQuest even need fixing? Um, I don't think it fixes anything, and I don't necessarily think it improves them. The only thing I think this really truly does is it gives the team an opportunity to reach a higher ceiling. Because I do think, and I know I made skits about how well Jensen was playing and like me done being hating him and so on and so forth. But I really do think that with Jensen being on this FlyQuest team, the team was always going to have a capped ceiling, right? I think the overall average, especially to start off with going into the split, I think the overall average of play for this team is probably going to dip a little bit, but the overall ceiling is higher. And at the end of the day, you have to strive for your ceiling. And so I think that's what this move is. I think it's just FlyQuest striving for a higher ceiling. And um, I still am not sure if Quad is the long term solution for this. I really think it's a more of a 2025 angle for FlyQuest, and you really hope there's a better mid laner that's on the market come then. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, it was I like a lot of people are going to be reactive to how MSI went and the fact that FlyQuest dropped out to PSG and so on and so forth, and they're going to look at Jensen's play and say he was not the issue, it was Blippo inspired, which is 100% true, right? At the end of the day, though, Inspired and Whippo are the ones who lead this team. They are the ones who make things happen for a majority of the spring split. They were the ones who were doing most of the carrying in spring split. Even though, don't get me wrong, Masu was having good moments, Busio was having good moments, Jensen especially was having good moments. But Whippo and Inspired are the driving forces of this team. And if you really want to be able to try and find high level success on an international stage, uh, I I'm the way I'm reading this is Quad is the one that's going to be able to do that. So I get it. The last comment I'll make is it's still not a good look though. All these roster changes year after year after year, and I understand this is a new administration. This is Papa Smithy era. This is Andrew Barton era. It's no longer Nick Fan or Trisha Sagita era. But at the end of the day, it's still the same brand, and there's been so many roster changes, and this is just another one in the bucket. So hopefully, I think come 2025, you find your mid laner, and like that's your team. You run that, like you run it, and you get wins with it, and you go from there. So anyway, I think that's it. I just really wanted to get this out there really fast because I think a lot of people are going to be kind of surprised slash shocked by seeing this happen, and I don't think I'm really all that shocked and surprised. It is what it is. So anyway, thanks guys.